So Chelsea Handler cannot let this thing go. So we've talked about Chelsea Handler the last couple of days because, again, she started it. No one was talking about Chelsea Handler until Chelsea Handler decided that she was going to basically go online and put out a video talking about how wonderful it was not to have kids and how happy she is not to have kids. And some of us looked at that and went, you don't look that happy. And the life you're describing doesn't sound that happy. And trying to model that behavior for young women and pretend that this is the height of human happiness is a lie. And then Chelsea Handler responded to that. And then some of us responded to that. So Chelsea Handler is neglecting the first rule of holes, which is to stop digging. When you say that the height of human happiness is eating an edible at 6 a.m., going back to sleep and masturbating, and then getting up and drinking a lot of wine and doing Xanax, I got to say, that doesn't sound like happiness to me. But we've noted that. Some of us have noted this. Tucker noted this. I've noted this. Matt Walsh, like a lot of us on the right have noted that Chelsea Handler doesn't seem like a particular model of female happiness. She's very angry about that. But she's happy. She's not angry. She's not upset. She's happy. Let her tell you how happy she is.
Hold a day in the life of a childless woman. The point is to make you feel good about being an aging, deeply unlikable woman who never had kids. Narcissism, it makes you happy.
Feminists like Chelsea Handler, they've been lied to by their society forever. That you could be a girl boss and you can do anything a man can do, which everyone who's ever seen a woman back up a vehicle knows that's not true. Your womb resembles a dried up tumbleweed blowing down an old western town, and your Valentine's Day date for the 10th year in a row is a 10-year-old copy of Magic Mike and a half-full bottle of Xanax, and you're trying to pretend like you're happy, but you're not happy.
This lady is miserable. I mean, she is miserable, and it's written all over her face how miserable she is.
Hey everyone, I woke up this morning, well, more like this afternoon, and noticed that there was an emergency meeting of the Receding Hairline Society to discuss a comedy video I filmed about not wanting kids. Wow. Why would I even need my own children when I get to hear these crybabies all the time? I mean, I can't believe that bearded version of Tucker Carlson thinks I would take half a bottle of Xanax. I take way more than that, you silly goose. Look, I don't want to debate whether or not I'm a girl boss, although I did just look at my bank account and think, that's pretty girl boss. And then I thought about the 10 plus different people I've been able to put through college. And then I remembered my 6 New York Times best-selling books. Or was it 5? Oh, no, it was 6. And then I remember my recent stand-up special that was just released on Netflix called Revolution. And I thought, yeah, you are a girl boss. You guys seem so triggered by me. I mean, my goodness, Tucker. I think it is time for you to ask yourself a serious question. Are you really upset about how much freedom I have? Or are you upset that you haven't been able to take it away from me yet? Oh, and quick shout out to Ben Shapiro. Thank you for helping my cause of not having children. Who needs the birth control pill when your voice is 100% effective? I don't need a husband, Ben, because I'm in a relationship with myself. And at least in my relationship, someone can get a woman to come. And by all means, Tucker, if you want to respond to my triggers, I will be happy to keep putting out videos as long as you want. I think we both know that you hate masturbating to me. And I'm down with that.
She is, wow. Trying to convince herself that she's happy. I'm not even going to bother responding to Chelsea Handler's specific commentary on my voice or sexual aptitude, because why would I? I will just note the final results here. Happily married for nearly 15 years. My wife is currently pregnant with our 4th child. She's a single 47-year-old woman who drowns her sorrows in enormous barrels of wine. Again, the proof is in the pudding. And she is a very unhappy person who just keeps going online to post cringe about how happy she is. See, here's the thing about happy people. They don't spend their whole life telling you how happy they are while their eyes tell you a different story. And that is Chelsea Handler in a nutshell. She is so happy, guys. She's so happy. She's really, really, really happy. She's happy. Okay, sure. Well, Chelsea Handler doesn't seem like the kind of person who really plans ahead in her life, which is how you end up 47, single, unhappy, guzzling wine. Well, you should plan ahead in your life. And one of the ways that you can do this for your business is use Stamps.com. Because here's the thing, you're going to have to mail and ship a lot of product, aren't you? Well, Stamps.com, it makes it possible for you to print your own postage and shipping labels directly from your home or office. It's ready to go in just minutes, so you can get back to running your business sooner. Stamps.com offers rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 84% off USPS and UPS. Plus, they automatically tell you your cheapest and fastest shipping options. For 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Get access to the shipping services you need to run your business right from your computer. No lines, no traffic, and no waiting. You can print postage wherever you do business. They even send you a free scale, so you'll have everything you need to get started. Here at Daily Wire, we don't waste our time. We've used Stamps.com since 2017. Set up your business for success by getting started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Shapiro. Get a special offer. It includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and digital scale. No long-term commitments, no contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click that microphone at the top of the homepage, enter code Shapiro. Chelsea Handler, and I think one of the reasons she doesn't really work for any company is because she's a walking HR nightmare. Well, you don't need HR nightmares at your own company. You instead need Bambee. Now, every time you form a business, you don't really think about HR. It's like the last thing you think about, but it should be one of the first things you think about because it is also a window for serious liability for your company if you don't do it right. This is where Bambee comes in. Instead of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on HR issues, why not just head on over to Bambee? Bambee gives you access to your own dedicated HR manager. This person is available to you by phone, email, and real-time chat. They'll help you run employee onboardings, terminations, and performance reviews. With Bambee's HR Autopilot feature, you can automate important HR practices like setting policies, employee training, and feedback procedures. All of Bambee's HR managers are based right here in the United States. You can support the nuances across all 50 states. HR managers can easily cost $80,000 per year. Bambee starts at just $99 per month. Schedule your free conversation today. See how much Bambee can take off your plate. Go to Bambee.com right now. Type Ben Shapiro under podcast when you sign up. That helps us, and it also helps them to know that you listen to the podcast, and that's why you went to Bambee. It's spelled BAMBEE.com. Bambee.com. Type in Ben Shapiro. Alrighty, so meanwhile, Klaus Schwab is at it again. Again, God's casting process has gone wildly off the rails. It used to be there was some subtlety to God's casting process. He used to cast as villains people who were kind of unique, kind of quirky. Now he's just going straight to like 1970s Bond villains and just casting them as actual Bond villains. So at the World Government Summit, which already sounds terrible, the World Government Summit. There should not be a World Government Summit. There is no world government. Because as it turns out, we are a bunch of distinct nations with very distinct values. But Klaus Schwab at the World Government Summit, he says we need global government to manage the AI. It's very important. We must have somebody in charge to manage the global AI. Here we go.
I mentioned 23 or 24 technologies which will change the world, like crypto and so on and so on. The book was considered science fiction. All those technologies have become reality. Artificial intelligence, but not only artificial intelligence, but also the metaverse, new space technologies, and I could go on and on. Synthetic biology. Our life in 10 years from now will be completely different, very much affected, and who masters those technologies in some way will be the master of the world.
It must be regulated by the world. Now, here's always the big question. When people like Klaus Schwab say it needs to be regulated by the world, what does he mean? Does he mean like the Chinese and the Americans get together and put together like a compromise plan? Because I don't believe the Chinese, and I don't think that negotiation is going to go well. Or does what he mean is, I will do it. Me and my friends, we will get together in a small cigar smoke-filled room, and we'll figure out what should be done with the AI. Because I don't trust your interests, dude. I think that your interests run counter to the interests that I believe are true and good. And I think that people like Klaus Schwab, that are people who are big into the stakeholder capitalism model. Right? Stakeholder capitalism is distinct from shareholder capitalism. Shareholder capitalism suggests that you have to do what is best for the shareholders and their interests. Stakeholder capitalism suggests you have to do what's best for the world, which means that you can completely ignore your actual duty to your shareholders and just do the thing that makes you feel good inside. People who believe like that are tyrants. Charlie Munger, who is one of the most successful investors ever, he was talking yesterday about woke asset managers, and he was pointing out that it is a disaster area, that asset managers have decided that they get to essentially inject their own value systems in the priority line ahead of their shareholders.
This concentration of voting in the hands of a few index funds is alarming to me. Do you see this concentration as alarming as well? And what reforms would you suggest to address that issue?
Well, of course it's a very serious issue because it's an enormous amount of power. I don't think it's smart for these index funds to try and influence the policy and politics of the country just because they're an index fund. I think they should be satisfied to eliminate some of the folly from investment management and do a better job for their clients, which I think they do very well. And I think they should be pleased with that and not try and run the whole damn country as a matter of corporate governance.
Really, he is absolutely correct. But you'll never hear Charlie Munger put in the same breath as Warren Buffett, by the way. Now, they used to work together, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. And Charlie Munger, again, is one of the richest people on earth. Warren Buffett is worth about $110 billion. And Charlie Munger is the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, also worth a couple of $1 billion. But you never hear him quoted, really, despite working, again, with Warren Buffett for years and years and years, because Warren Buffett is on the left. Charlie Munger is not, in fact, on the left. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be getting into Klaus Schwab and company. They've been suggesting it's time for some global government. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.